assume he still has a silly hat. I think he had a silly hat. I could be imagining that. Citizen. Apply filter, hide citizens.
I wish I could kiss you better.
Ooh, who's that?
I mean, to try.
Oh, there's Arfur. Let's talk to him first.
Nine hells! You followed me all the way here? What could you possibly want with me now? What? How? Nine hells? Whatever you think, you know, I'm sure some girl.
Bubby, thank you for the follow on TikTok.
To forget.
If I were after gold, I would have got you and taken it.
Please don't. What do you want from me? It's not my fault. I was forced to do this. Framed even. They would have killed me if I refused to rig the toys. And they're definitely going to kill me now.
Who is this they?
I can't tell you. I won't tell you.
You're gonna die anyway. DC 15? I'm not intimidating enough?
All right. Just don't hurt me. The teddy bears were an experiment. My greatest invention. A clever little device in their chest allows them to speak. But there's more. Smoke powder inside the device. I collect packages from Verloga's fireworks in the lower city and stuff the bears with it. Not because I want to, because I have to.
You want Five Nights at Freddy's? Because this is how you get Five Nights at Freddy's.
Me.
Seven told me who they are.
I don't know who's in charge, but it starts at the fireworks shop. That's where the packages come from. Go there, tell them Uncle Verloga sent you, and they'll show you the smoke powder. Lots of it. There. I told you what you wanted to know. Now, will you let me go?
So what are the odds?
Comes with an offering. A pass granting you access to the lower city.
So what are the odds that I go there and I give them this key phrase and then that's like the danger key phrase and they attack me? That's what I would assume is going to happen.
Here, take it, all of it. I don't care. You'll never see me again, I promise.
See? The gold would have gone to waste.
We are not in trouble, sister.
To the evidence lockout, which I later looted. Yeah, why bother going through that where other people can sift through it and use it for, honestly, probably the brothel and the tavern? It's gonna go straight to me, straight to the charity source, so I can go free more people, if I feel like it.
I wish I could kiss you better.
You can stare as much as you like.
Staring is free. Okay. Investigate the suspicious toys. It's in the lower city. There's so much. This is such a dense area. Like, I know there are probably many adventure hooks I'm missing here, right now. They feel like for the greater arcs, I need to move around some more.
Got the person with you.
Are we going north? Out here? Okay, we need the bridge down. Is this the lower city? I have a ticket or whatever. Check out the post.
Sorry, chum, can't let you through. Worms Rock's close.
Not close to Duke Older Ravengard's own son, surely.
You having a laugh, devil boy? I know Ravengard, and last I knew, his spawn wasn't sporting those horns. The joke's on you. No entry. That's the end of it.
Okay. I need to go to the postal building. Okay, I'll come back in this.
Gaining access will not be easy. We must either earn an invitation or find a route where we can pass unnoticed.
Face! Something to send? Don't be shy.
Oh, cool. I wasn't expecting like an actual drawn up newspaper. Did I have any interesting encounters in the brothel aside from Raphael? Can you give me another keyword to jog my memory?
Still means dead. Flame of passion, deeper
Welcome to Sword Coast Couriers. To send and to serve. Delivery not guaranteed. Well, we've had to change the policy. Hard to send letters by road when there's a rampaging army of fanatics bearing down on you. I'll tell you, it's left me in a right pickle. I've sent what I can by pigeon, but now something's attacking them and all. Become a postmaster, Danzo. It'll be easy. Nobody mentions having to spend your evenings hunting for pigeon carcasses, do they?
Okay, I'll go back there.
Not the foggiest. Normally they fly true as an elven arrow. Something nearby is snatching them. I can tell you that much. Well,
There are lives. Good
if it's
morning.
not
Welcome to
too
the Twitch
much
stream.
trouble, I'd be much obliged. Any letters you find, bring them back to me, unopened, of course, and there's some gold in it for you.
Shit. I open like every letter I get, so if I found them already. Alright.
Woof.
Ah, you speak, which means you're not a dog. So, what the hell are you doing in my kennels?
Scratch! Oh, it's good to see you, boy!
Shut up, Dringo, and get back to work. And you've been slacking as well, Scratch, my boy. This dog is property of Sword Coast Couriers. I'll take him off your hands now. Gomwick was his handler, not his owner. I can do whatever I please. He's my dog. Now get out. This is a private yard.
Oh, we're gonna fight. Yeah, it's happening. one more inspiration. Okay, well, we're gonna fight.
And if you do, I'll call the guards. Who do you think they'll side with? The dog is my property. Nothing a smack or three of the rod won't fix.
Please hold. The rest of town doesn't need to see what I'm about to do.
What do we have here?
And yet...
Thank you for making Mistress go away. She was horrid.
Okay. Scratch. Doesn't want to talk. Alright.
Even though Mistress is gone, I promise to be a good dog. No, the best dog.
Tempers are rising.
Oh, come on
It's
now.
clear not everything you find is at your
I'm sorry for what happened. Scratch will be happier with you.
Yeah, I know. Like, can you not step on her corpse so I can see what she had? Best behave yourself.
A long way to go still. Keep low and quiet.
Is that blood?
Just like standing on her head. Alright, well. Wow. We freed some dogs. And I guess everybody's cool now. Yeah, he didn't like her, but he's like, don't take her stuff.
Our readers will be outraged.
Wow.
Also has
The- I love that everyone was unified like killer.
It's got private rooms, music, and all-round pleasant folks.
Yeah, I closed the doors. I was like, yeah, let's keep town out of this. They don't. This has no good outcome here for her. Then Erwin fled from the sound of impending justice. No, you don't threaten Scratch or any of these good dogs. Okay, so there's a drow and a dryad. Or drow, I'm sorry.
Come to pay your respects to the real lady of the house, I see. What a clever creature you are. It's your lucky day. I am receiving compliments at this time, and you are most welcome to make an offering.
Why did I talk to the cat? This is pure cat behavior here. Okay. Why should I? Your eyes are two baleful jewels that strike fear into the most complacent of rats. Your paws are fit to overturn only the daintiest crystalware. Your glorious tail can trip an unsuspecting servant with the grace of an empress. I've got better things to do than compliment a cat. Try and pet the cat. That most assuredly would not be the right answer. Then leave. Okay. So I think numbers 2, 3, and 4 are going to be the more positive ones, right? So should we compliment it for having pretty eyes? Should we compliment its ability to break things? Or should we compliment its ability to get in the way?
You are quite correct. I consider them one of my finest features. The unwashed rabble who frequent this establishment have much to learn from your deference.
Oh, what did I
And
do?
I must suffer their foibles alone. But they do say a burden shared is a burden halved.
You want to know about who's through those fancy curtains?
The Drow, two of our most popular courtesans. A night with them seems to be rather life-changing, if you can afford it. Of course, they are siblings, but judging from the throngs of clients they draw, most of the city is as disgusting as they are.
Shady pair.
Can't you hear from here? They're talking about the new top cat in the criminal underbelly. Go and listen for yourself. As for them personally, one never washes and instead douses himself with rose oil, while the other can't hold his drink.
You know, speak with animals generally in D&D isn't something that's widely used, but I think this game is showing how neat and practical it can be.
That's rather a broad topic. We get all sorts here. But there is one frequent visitor whose very presence offends me. He dresses fabulously, but stinks of the hells. Something infernal, to be sure. Abhorrent.
Name and rank! Quickly now! There's a war on! At ease! At ease! I am Commander Lightfeather, leader of the finest aerial communication regiment this side of the Triumpha. State your purpose, Groundwalker. I don't have all day.
There's such a wealth of flavor in this game that's so easily missed.
Damned awful business. Fine flyers, a lot of them. Gone without a trace. Intelligence is in short supply, but we know our enemies flanked us on the west side, not one rooftop away. They're avoiding the whole area. I won't lose one more beak to the Blighter. If you pass that way, beware the sign of the featherless wings. From that rooftop, none return.
Something's on my mind.
I've no need of a wing man. Commander Lightfeather will give you your briefing.
It's certainly good to be back at camp. How I've missed the smells. I just hope Dringo is fine. Mahia has a mean streak.
Not anymore.
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
Or in toys with us where she could destroy us. Whatever her motivations, I hope she reveals them quickly.
With pleasure. Lead on.
Alright, does he show up on the rooftop?
So, the devil himself is pursuing the crown. As for whether it's truly the crown Carter's forged, well, I think it's safe to assume we shouldn't take anything Raphael utters at face value. We must claim the crown of Carsus for ourselves, before anyone else does.
So you want me to... Okay. Alright.
Go ahead. I'm listening. At the ready.
Go to your cat.
Mr. Dekarios, heavens! Fancy seeing you here.
Tara! That can't be you, can it?
I suppose you won't be terribly shocked to find your old friend Tara amongst the pigeons. They've always been a personal favorite.
My, is that a ring? For us? Ugh, you shouldn't have. Enjoy yourself now, Tara. Looks like you've got yourself set up quite nicely here. She isn't my Tresim. She's my friend. And from the looks of things, it appears she's eating pigeons.
Can you ask her to stop eating pigeons?
Oh, right. Did you hear that, Tara? Stop it?
Well, these must be important birds indeed, Mr. Dekarios. Forgive me for feasting on their bodies and bones so very voraciously.
Oh, she's agreed. Just about.
Ring of Blink? Whoa, okay. Cool.
I suppose you've stumbled across those letters yet? Yes, fine. Just give me the letters. Still sealed. Thank the gods. You've no idea the kindness you've done me. What a relief.
Cool.
A new face. Looking for another chapter of dirty lore for your biography?
You have but to ask, and we can grant you a moment of pleasure. Don't be shy.
I used to work as a courtesan back home, and my sister as an artisanal masseuse. But men are treated like dogs by the Underdark's matriarchs, so we fled.
We found surfacers crave the body of a drow like a drug. Life is easy in our line of work.
No wonder, look at us, we're immaculate.
Life is prosperous. I'm much happier kissing the many lips of the surface than tending a field or manning a shop.
Memza Amira said you could provide me with a gift for helping her.
Silly. We are the gift. One free ride with me or my brother.
Or perhaps you have greater ambitions yet. Trust me, you don't want to miss my signature Mesobaranzan love trick.
Menzoberranzan love magic. A formidable practice. usually only reserved for pleasing the most insatiable matriarchs in the city of spiders.
And is that your partner with you? What a gorgeous couple. Perhaps we could come to an agreement.
Wait, which one do you think is the partner? Ms. Brenzon love trick, but you're a Seldarin drow. Bro, why are you fooling your customers?
Darling, we're not fooling anyone. Unless you pay me to make a fool of you. You'll just have to see what is in store.
Well, there are two of us, aren't there? Use your imagination.
Okay. I have no idea where number 4 is gonna go.
No.
Oh, so Wyll is my partner.
Not debauchery.
Okay, so apparently the hand dance was enough to, yeah, I was hoping that the game was going to kind of tell me where I stand with the relationships.
It's all right. I promise. But I hope when the sun sets and the stars rise, your dreams always lead to me.
I don't know how to break up with Wyll.
I have battled great evils, been mocked by villains of all sorts. But Orin, she is beyond even Thorm. Her mind is twisted beyond recognition. What is she capable of? And where will she strike next? My favorite subject.
Oh.
I don't know what to say.
Oh no.
I saw our future
Oh
in
no.
my dreams. Grand adventures, tender moments, and all the wonders in between them. I'll let you go if I must, without crying or complaint, but with the gratitude that I could know the happiness of us.
That's so sad. Alright, I'm going to open up a poll. Because whoever's here can vote on it on the Twitch side. That made me feel really bad now. Like, definitively. I was like, yeah, we're going with Karlach. But like, Wyll didn't do anything wrong.
Isn't right.
Orin's little display was just intended to rattle us. We mustn't let her succeed, but need to stay alert all the same. Hard to fathom, really. All the way from that pod through the wilds, and finally
Foxy.
back to where it started for me. It'll make quite a bedtime tale for the children. If I survive to have
Congrats on a
relative.
10 stream streak on Twitch, Jonathan. Thanks for being here.
How are you holding up? Don't be so modest. I can't remember the last time I met someone like you.
Perhaps I never did. And never will again.
Can I... Can I not
Fine.
end things?
What's on your mind?
Oh man. I wonder if I'm screwed, because I can't see a way to break things off with Shadowheart. Okay, so here's the plan. Crush Wyll's heart. And see if Karlach can work out. Wanna grab Bagel? You do it. I don't see an option. We're gonna have to break Wyll's heart. Alright, give me a minute. I need to steel myself with some coffee.
That blacksmith was paying me to use the clamping device.
I have... What is she capable of? And where was my favorite subject?
Huh? I gave my wife a very, very brief synopsis. And she has given me such grief.
I'll let you go if I... So be it. You're the author of your own story. You get to choose which part I play. Just do me a favor. Make it a story worth telling. A life worth living.
This is a
You
mistake, isn't
deserve
it?
Nothing less.
What's on your mind?
Yeah, okay, alright. We made a mistake. We never did that. I'm reloading. I'm save scumming. He's such a sweet baby. All we did was a hand dance. That's all we did. Which sounds... These days sounds horrible. Right. Oh no! No 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 no.
I saw our future.
Nope, 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 nope. Gotta go back. So if we're with Wyll, Boxy, then we really can't do anything here, can we?
I hate loot boys. I don't understand why they're such a type for so many.
Is there anything to do here if we're with Wyll?
Couldn't get us off your mind, could you?
Because he's... Yeah, he's all for romance, right? And I feel like anything that they're going to offer is going to make him quite sad.
I have battled great evils, been mocked by villains of all sorts. But Orin, she is beyond even Thorm. Her mind is twisted beyond recognition. What is she capable of? And where will she strike next?
Okay, you know what? Here we go. Let's break up things with Shadowheart.
Indeed. My heart is joyed to hear it, but why?
It's the horns. They drive me mad. You're kind, you're valiant, of course I choose you. My mind kept returning to our dance. I want more nights just like it. Just the one I'm supposed. Let's go with it and see what happens. Shrug and smile. Let's go number 2.
I'm glad you see my very best self.
Doesn't he sound like Danny Pink?
In moments, how many
Snuff.
less than that? I hope I'll still find you near. My favorite subject.
Okay. All right. Well, now we're Team Wyll. Now we've decided, because the game has let us know with whom we were entangled, I guess.
As if you needed to.
All right, let's go all in. Sweet baby. We never broke up with you. Okay. Fixed it. Oh, this room is amazing.
Maybe I need more pockets.
Look at me. You only think of me.
All right, I got it. I think you're on the last. You think you're in the last battle of the first quest, right? Did you stay up the whole time and play? I'm assuming you mean the last quest. Last battle of the first quest. Now that stealth is apparently no longer an option for you.
Tell me, am I beautiful?
More than beautiful. You are the aurora stretched across the north skies. You are the golden dunes swept across the Callan. You are the fruit of the forbidden palm, soft on my skin, sweet on my tongue. You are my sin.
I want the camera to pan to show a full party just standing there watching confused. There we go. Thank you.
Your parasite stirs, and you gaze at the nymph through the flaming fist's hungry eyes. Your muscles shiver with her longing. Your skin burns with her heat.
What's wrong, Jara?
What are you? Wait, I know you.
I don't understand. What's...
Your face. The Absolute has shown me.
Jara, what's going on? Who's this man?
Your head screams in agony. The change has come. Pustules boiling beneath your skin, your bones twisting, your flesh rupturing. And suddenly, silence.
What's happening?
Happy birthday!
Ooh, fun.
I wonder if this is worth the cost. Swift as my feet can carry me.
Hells. I'd heard tales of mind flayers. Talons sharp as daggers, and Tentacles yet more fearsome, but no tail did justice to its ethereal beauty. It floats like a butterfly. Its blood shimmers like silver. Is it not in the illithid's barbarity that we find its splendor? Your eyes are no less monstrous, I assure you. A lesser woman might be frightened, but I am no lesser woman.
Her gaze intensifies. Your breath quickens and your heart skips a beat. The woman's senses are heightened and her fire stoked. The mind flayer is no mere curiosity, but an object of desire.
Will we not be getting this encounter playing out this way if we didn't go half Mind Flayer?
Why should I deny it? My urge is as natural as the grape upon the vine. But perhaps there are other flavors that might satisfy my palate.
Okay, so now that we know that we have Wyll. Yeah, I'm assuming that since I'm half Mind Flayer, like she's interested.
Rapture. Close your eyes and listen.
You see only darkness. Her voice shines through it, warmer than the sun, yet cooler than night.
The all-being. Here, there is no suffering. Here, you want for nothing. Here, you are anything. You have one word. Tell me, what will you be?
Oh man. Okay, this is a little more... This has a little more depth than I thought it would.
You are more than powerful. An emperor to emperors. Your head adorned with a crown of gold, diamond, and ruby. The heavens tremble with the steps of your army. All beasts, all men and women, all creatures of the plains bow to your might.
Your flesh shivers, your heart bursts. True ecstasy for one fleeting moment.
Open your eyes. I'll remember you, and you'll remember me.
Affected entity has a plus 1d6 bonus to attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws until the next long rest. Ooh.
No entry today. Special occasion. Well, B. You don't look the posh sort. Last door on the right. Go on. Make merry. Lower the gates! Special permission!
Halt! We do not know how you gained entry, but your trespass shall not be punished. Lord Ghortash has been expecting you.
The Watcher's presence fades, but another takes its place. Confident, dominant, commanding.
My most esteemed guest, we meet at last. I am Lord Enver Ghortash. You are the prison bearer, slayer of the dread General Ketheric Thorm. I welcome you to Baldur's Gate, my city. Of course, of course. My steel watchers are rather adept at keeping the peace, but not entirely suitable for polite conversation. Allow me to formally invite you to my inauguration. Make your way to the ceremonial hall.
From Ghortash. We shouldn't have any more trouble from the guards.
Gonna happen to us. We'll tell them what happened, and we'll be home in no time.
Is expecting.
I spoke to a witness who says you entered the house before
We've
the
been
fire
sitting up for
started.
ages and we're still here. What are they waiting for?
Hold right their bloody legs!
What my friend
don't
means to
know,
say is that
dear.
the witness must have been...
I don't know.
No time to talk. I have clients to brief, and they're as sharp as spoons.
I have something to ask.
Oh, leave it out.
I ain't saying nothing to nobody.
Alright then, I tried to help.
Calm down, dear. It won't happen, I swear.
Oh, I can't really glaze that pizza. He wasn't even hurt.
Well, you're...
This is the armory, not a bloody open house. Fists only. Now clear off. Trade? Do I look like a shopkeeper?
Kinda.
This equipment isn't for sale. It belongs to the Flaming Fist. Can't believe they put that mindless metal Mragresham in my armory. Steel watchers. Stupid thing'll probably decapitate me for cleaning the bloody mace rack. Finally, someone who sees sense. Strong folk wielding strong blades. That's what keeps folk safe. Not those glorified golems. I don't have anything fancy.
It's good guys with guns.
You're welcome to take a look.
Stop bad guys with guns.
If it isn't little Wyll, straight to your handler. And I didn't even have to whistle.
Mizora, I've had enough. You owe your life to me. Time to end the pact.
Feeling cheeky, are we? Most unbecoming.
Man worth fighting for.
The Absolute's puppet. A damned travesty, if you ask me. He's upstairs in Worm's Rock, ordaining Ghortash as Archduke. A splendid party, I hear. Perfect for crashing. Go on up. We'll talk after.
Kinspeople, Baldurians, and dearest Duke Ravengard, thank you for joining me on this exceptional day.
It's him. Ghortash. This is it. I can practically taste his blood from here.
My father's here, Karlak. Cool your fires. He must not come to harm.
DC 18? Whoa, is she about to just rampage? Never mind, she ain't doing shit.
You're asking a lot. But I can wait. For a while at least. Let's get Baldur's Gate safe. Then rip his throat out.
People can hear you.
A moment, please, my friends. An old acquaintance has come to pay her respects. Please, Karlak, come and say a proper hello.
My respects?
You're lucky I've agreed not to shove my boot up your...
Ah, how I've missed your colourful turns of phrase. We must catch up just as soon as I've had words with your little friend. As for you, I understand congratulations are in order. Thorm's defeat hasn't gone unnoticed. You're known for who you are and for that netherstone that you carry. The quakes are a clear warning. If nobody steps in soon, it'll free itself from the authority of the Crown. I expect it'll start with turning the Sword Coasts infected. You among them. That prism of yours won't last indefinitely. Next, the grand design. The Mind Flayer Empire reborn. If we're lucky, we'll become slaves. If we're unlucky, well, not the most thrilling of prospects, but it's a fate that can be avoided. If you and I come to an understanding, together we can still restore authority over the brain.
Of course. Ghortash always did have an eye for opportunity.
Why is the crown failing?
It's not, but it will not follow new orders unless the Netherstones are united to give the command. When it finishes executing its current orders, it will be free to do as it wishes. That will be bad for everyone. Once it is freed from its shackles, I doubt we'll ever be able to bring it under control again.
Wait, so if it just follows an instructional queue, why can't we just make like a bunch of ridiculous tasks to keep it busy? After you're done with that, I need you to go get me some water. And then a bagel. And then pick up my kid from school. And then, you know, we'll be fine. We just keep feeding it tasks.
There's an old wisdom. A brittle alliance can never be mended. It can only break. With Ketheric gone, Orin proved treacherous. Baal's chosen wants the Netherstones for herself. She only cares for blood. And your blood and mine are of particular interest to her. Orin changes shape faster than you and I change clothes. You know, she's tricked you before. She's targeted me as well. I'm well protected, but she's extremely good at what she does. If Orin obtains all 3 Netherstones, she'll plunge the coast into chaos and paint the city in blood. I can't let that happen. I want to lead this city to glory, not scorch its earth. I'd like to propose a pact, a divine oath sworn upon spirit and flesh. I do no harm to you, nor you to me. Furthermore, you'll have nothing to fear from my steel watch while our pact stands. Thorm's stone is yours to keep. When you slay Orin and take her stone, you bring it here, so the 3 are united once again. Together we rule Faerun as kings. No, more than kings. Gods. We rule as the absolute.
And my father?
Your father will do whatever you command him to, like any other subject in our kingdom. What do you say? Shall we be allies?
I can detect no deceit. This alliance could serve us well. And if it does not, well, we need not honor it.
Let's be allies, said the viper to the frog. You look carefully, but discover nothing.
Perhaps a demonstration of why you need my help will motivate you to make the right decision. Your camp is compromised. One among you is an imposter, a faceless. Who, I can't say. I'd suggest a thorough investigation. You'll find I speak the truth.
A doppelganger in our camp. That sounds all too believable.
The faceless in your camp is like a knife at your throat. Remove it quickly, or any alliance between us would be exceedingly short-lived.
Well, that's a wrench.
Even horror has a home. Find her nest and slay her there. For all its charms, Baldur's Gate has long had a cancer at its heart. A hidden temple devoted to Baal. That's where Orin became what she is, where she worshipped and schemed. And now, it's where she hides from my watchers, when she's not spilling blood in the streets. You're resourceful. I trust you'll sniff it out. If the trail goes cold, follow the bodies. First, Orin the Red, bloody dagger of Baal, causes panic in the streets through killings in the Absolute's name. Next, the threat of the Absolute's monstrous armies formed by Merkel's general, Ketheric Thorn. In such circumstances, people crave strong leaders. Leaders that bring law, order, and protection. Leaders like me, Bane's unyielding hand, author of justice. You are soon to witness the people of Baldur's Gate granting me complete power over them, all out of fear of the Absolute. Next, we will declare curfew and begin infecting the masses. Our subjects will hear the voice of their absolute God. The faithful will do anything in the name of their God. Powerful connections. Let's leave it at that. Soon. First, come and be witness as I make history. The first Archduke of Baldur's Gate. Then we proceed. The Patriarchs await. Distinguished Dukes, Patriarchs, dearest Ravengard, I will heed your call. A new chapter begins.
Enver Ghortash, swearest thou by Balduran's blade to defend the citizens of Baldur's Gate from enemies within and without?
I swear.
Swearest thou true faith and fealty to the same, by word, deed, and decree, so that none may suffer?
I swear.
Gathered guests, grant ye consent? Enver Ghortash, the council appoints you Archduke of Baldur's Gate.
My friends, the Steel Watch stands ready. Let its blade fall on any who would diminish our city. And you, honored guest, will find me in my office above when you return. Do not come empty-handed.
So there you have it. Lord Enver Ghortash in all his glory. What did you make of him? Yeah. Fucker always had expensive taste. I don't know how anyone in this hall could fall for this charade. Isn't it obvious what a chancer he is? Hard to explain it any other way. Then again, I guess they just want to feel safe by any means necessary. If only they knew the truth. The Dead Three orchestrated all of this. And it's working. I wish this city, the people running it, were smarter than me. Ghortash isn't their salvation. He's the monster at the gate.
Boxy Blue on Twitch says it can't be anyone in your party, but for me it was Housen, but it's random between some members. It's neat. Hold on.
Ravengard.
Talk to the Duke.
Give up the fist's command?
And the fist must truest of souls, bathed in her light.
There is a fleeting connection. Your parasite communes with his, then falls
The
quiet.
parasite just give a fist bump.
Father, my dearest boy, the hells have touched you, but you've come to me just as Ghortash said you would. A true soul, no less. Father and son, unstoppable generals. You and your allies will usher in a new dawn.
Oh man.
Why do you say this? Only the shadows would name the sun a tyrant. Faerun suffers in darkness. Tyr has abandoned us. Helm's Eye has strayed. But Baldur's Gate will soon burn bright, a beacon to light the heavens. And it will be Ghortash who ignites the final spark.
No. This isn't him. This is the tadpole talking.
For a brief moment, uncertainty clouds his mind, then dissipates. The astral prism vibrates in concord.
What nonsense is this?
The prism quivers once more. Ravengard falters.
As I said, Baldur's Gate will ascend. Tyrill's first and only grand city.
Multi-class 2. Of course. Of course. Why would it be any other role? The only thing I could roll to not pass that.
First comes a vision of terror. The city of Baldur's Gate taken by lithids. But beyond the terror, there is hope. You see a beaming Ravengard presiding over the sunlit city, applauded by the people. A people at peace.
The true Ravengard is still clinging on somewhere in that mine. It might not be too late for him.
Have we finished then? Let the people rejoice.
Okay, so I need to get to the docks to break the Steel Watchers.
A new age is upon us.
Wait.
Gods have mercy on those who would stand in our way.
Incredible.
I also need to go to camp.
To hear my father's voice speak those words, like a stranger wrapped in his flesh. But there's still a glimmer of him in there, calling for release. I feel it. I know it. I won't let the Absolute keep him. This is my pledge.
I met her twice. The first time, I was a boy of 7 or 8, at a banquet in the Flaming Fist's honor. One look and I was smitten. Chestnut hair that flowed behind her like willow fronds, as she floated from one room to the next as if carried by clouds. The second time, Stelmane was different. Even with the aid of a cane, each step she took was a struggle. Every word she spoke took great physical effort. A stroke victim? I asked Father later. No, he said. A stroke survivor. Not a tragedy, a calculated cruelty. Think about it. My father was tadpoled. Stelmane is dead. The people are frightened and the council's in disarray. To exert control, you must first sow chaos. A tyrant's strategy, as Father would say. These murders aren't random acts. Someone powerful is guiding the killer's hand, and the city is made weaker for it.
It's strange that Shadowheart has nothing to say after we at least tell Wyll that we're done with her. Alright, so I gotta ferret out a doppelganger in camp. I'm not sure if I'm able to do this in one go or not. Okay, so we're in camp now. And we need to somehow figure out who is doppelganger. Is it Jaheira?
Yes?
Now that we're traveling together, I realize I don't know much about you.
That speaks well of your taste. I've heard my share of bad ballads about things I never did. If you have questions, ask. Just don't expect my answers to rhyme.
Sure that you fought the Dead Three before.
It was Baal alone we faced in our time. And bad as that was, he had no elder brain for a lapdog then. Help won't come from the history books, or from any old tales I can spin you. This is your story to write. There. Have I fulfilled my role as your wise and wizened elder?
Please, you're only one of those things.
Don't tell me which. Against all life experience, I will choose to assume the best.
You mentioned there might be another way to find mints.
There might be, but it's not a path I tread until we must. Let it wait until the city proper. Perhaps I'll have had a better idea by then.
I want to ask you something. You found the temple ball before. Would you be able to find it again?
You speak of a battle more than a century past. Baal's minions led us through a maze in the Undercity, older than Baldur's Gate itself. We paid little mind to the path ahead, let alone how we might return, or that we would return at all. Still, the Undercity shifts. We might search down there. Or better yet, find a Baalist to lead us.
What can you tell me about the Harpers?
I've learned not to unpick the legends so many have woven around our name. Seeing the hope die in a romantic's eyes, it is only funny the first few dozen times. Some call the Harpers heroes. Others, petty meddlers who cannot help but stick their nose into every conflict they stumble across. The truth is in there somewhere. We try to work towards a common balance. If every other faction finds us equally annoying, that is probably a sign that we are succeeding.
Surely people understand the Harpers are working for the greater good.
Ha! No. No, thank you. Let the wiser members of my order wrinkle their brows over that particular phrase. In all my years fighting for the Harpers, I am still never certain what the greater good means. I've learned to be content with, well, that was not so bad as it might have been. You might say that. I left their service and swore never to return. Multiple times, if I recall. It is easy to get tired of the intrigue. The high causes shrouded in secrecy. I thought I might find another way to be of use to the world. And for a time I did. But my comrades would use a rather irritating phrase. A harper never leaves the chorus. She simply goes to spread the song. Meaning that whatever cause I turned my hand to, there I would find them. Harpers, stuffed with their own virtue, but always there. Always trying to help. So I returned to the fold. Returned to the city. Eventually they hung a title around my neck. High Harper. And I still do not know how to play one. If I tried to spare Geraldus the same headaches, well, now you know why. And if he is half the Harper I suspect, it won't make a damned bit of difference. But you're staring. Which means the tadpole has finally eaten your brain. Or have I been talking too much? Either way, time to move, no? More than I would like. In my youth, I was a brief and very much unwilling member of a colony's hive mind. I felt the way they think, saw the world as they do. Foul, unnatural creatures who find the foulness in us and twist it to their will. But then, who am I speaking to? You have far more experience than I. I believe you. You remind me of another I knew, marked by forces beyond their control. The gods can grant power or strip it away, but so long as your will remains, you have the only weapon you need.
So I don't know if I can find conclusive evidence that someone is a doppelganger here. And I also wonder if I could, I mean, honestly, just like save scum after like attacking each person. You know?
Soldier?
I mean, that'd be one way.
Depends on the type. Ice devils hate an inferno, but that's an easy one. Orthons love projectiles. What they don't love is getting their bombs lobbed right back in their faces. Demons, on the other hand, every demon is absolutely singular. You can't ever think you've got them typed out. Sharp instincts, sharp weapons, and a knack for improvisation. That's the only way to survive them. Anyway, what were we talking about? We were both part of Zariel's inner circle. Her by choice, me by force. In the grand scheme of things, I'm inconsequential to Zariel. Sure, I've got the engine, but I wasn't even her strongest fighter. She favored me like a child favors a captive pet. Mizora envied the attention, I suppose. I'm sure when Zariel gave her the order to hunt me down, Mizora was delighted. I don't know. You'd think she'd have more important things to do. Devils and their pride. No kidding. The fighting, the chaos, the betrayal. It had the makings of a good stage show, but I did not want to be one of the players. You saw the extent of Flo's friendship. She'll lend you a hand, long as she can crush your spirit while she's at it. I knew never to let my guard down around her. She always made me laugh, even when I least wanted to. If she'd been completely different from who she was, we might have been real friends.
Flip the teapot. Hello, welcome in. Welcome to the Twitch stream. How are you doing today? We are obviously playing Baldur's Gate 3. We're in Act 3. And I don't know if I should say anything else in case spoilers. I am doing alright. Doing alright. I'll give you a shout out real quick. I think the only mod I have right now who's here is on mobile. So.
Thank the gods. And I do. Every day.
Yeah. I forget, have you been playing this?
What's on your mind? You really did it, huh? Not worried about adding more illithid into the mix? Well, what can I say? You look fine, smell fine, seem fine. And yet, you're more mind flayer than ever. Hope you don't expect me to follow your lead in this.
Are you planning on getting it? It's honestly like there have been some great games this year. And I think this is definitely the best game this year. And that's saying something. You know, we've had Tears of the Kingdom and all the other games come out.
Good. And you know, keep an eye on yourself. If you start feeling loopy, shout. We don't know what these tadpoles are capable of.
Do we hear the song? May as well wait for the definitive edition. Yeah. I mean, when's that supposed to come out? I saw there's an edition coming out, but it didn't really add anything as far as, like, content. It's my recollection. So, Boxy, I was saying that, like, one way of maybe figuring out who the person is would be, like, to just save scum and attack everybody. But that would be probably a pretty anticlimactic way to do things. But I bet it would probably work.
Hi.
Oh,
It's me,
is it you?
Hannah.
Could it be you?
You remember me, right? You were really nice to me before, and, my mum hasn't come
Oh
back
no,
yet.
I'm a father.
She might come later.
I've adopted a child.
I don't think she's coming. Could we maybe stay here?
Yes! We can play One a Cup!
I'm not sure. I need to see more gameplay, see what's your cup of tea. Nice. Nice. Yeah, basically if you like Dungeons and Dragons, then you'll love it. I feel pretty confident in that. No kids allowed, come back in 10 years. Yeah, of course you can stay. You're probably gonna see, like, me attacking somebody.
Yes! You've got a fire and everything. I can cook really good. Whatever you want. Thank you, thank you.
This camp is getting quite busy. Where'd they go? Am I gonna find anything conclusive here at this point, Boxy?
Say nothing. Trust no one. Not even me. This hammer. Could it be? Yes. Yes! This is how we will free the Prince of the Comet! This is the key Voss so ardently and courageously sought. That smug shkacketh of a devil stores it at his vaunted House of Hope. Our destination is clear, our mission undeniable. We must find a way into the House of Hope and retrieve the hammer. When we next enter the Astral Prism, we will use it to smash Prince Orpheus out of his prison. Mother Gith, hear my promise. Your son will rise again. The Prince of the Comet will crush the Lich Queen Vlaakith and usher in the Age of Orpheus.
And I'm part of me really wants to see if Operation Destroy Everyone revealed who it was.
An imposter in our camp. We must identify them. And quickly. Without trust, our fellowship is doomed to wither and die.
At least it gives us an opportunity to follow up on all these conversations that I have not been having.
There you are. I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation. Come closer. Feel my voice rattle your bones as I proclaim our victory. Moon Maiden Selûne, hear me. Ketheric Thorm, traitor, apostle of Merkel, is dead at last. My mate, Most High. Darling Isabel is safe and well. Safe and well, and return to my embrace. Blessings upon the slayer of the Wicked One. Listen to the subtle vibrations of the Moon Maiden thumping within your heart chambers, friend. She works her magic there. My darling Isabel says we will stay allied at your side. I am pleased to hear it. Pray, ask, and I will tell. Do I not radiate with my mother's brightness, her glory? There can be no doubt. I am of her silvered flesh, her celestial womb. Why, she already has. She has brought her sword to your side, Dame Aelin. So mighty are her wonders, her great wisdom. Together, we will set this fair land free of tyranny and murder.
Really? Because she did a lot of murder.
Ketheric Thorm, father of my one and only love, enslaver of Dame Aelin. Ketheric Thorm never did trust me, even when he worshipped the Moon Maiden. He was threatened by my love for Isabel, by her love for me. When she died, curse the day, the hour, we each of us mourned bitterly. But Ketheric's pain could be touched by no aid, no boundary. He turned to wretched Shah, the Lady of Loss, for relief. And she whispered into his ear, poisoning his mind. He and his loathsome advisor, Balthazar, lured me into the Shadowfell, claimed they'd found someone in need of my aid. There, they trapped me in their infernal cage. I was killed, murdered, made dead over and over by justiciars of every make and kind. I was reborn, for it is my nature. And Ketheric fed upon my immortality all the while. But lo, the brute is dead, and we live!
Jake, you're having a super salad?
An imposter in our ranks. If this is true, it could be anyone. You, me... Well, not me, I know who I am. Perhaps we shouldn't take Ghortash's word for granted. But if he speaks the truth, we need to be careful. Orin could have eyes and ears on us right now. I hope so. So long as I'm willing to stroll right into the Mother Superior's trap, they have no reason to not tell me where to go. Worm's Crossing is a choke point. If I wanted to intercept a new arrival, I'd find somewhere before the bridge, blend in amongst the crowds, and wait. Most people seeking entry to the city will be refugees. I'd look wherever they're gathering. Almost pleasant traveling with company, if you ignore all the less pleasant aspects. Yes. But also no. I felt like the world had been upended. But it also made perfect sense.
That armor looks neat.
My parents are alive, and I have to save them. think a part of me always knew that. A part that Shah denied to me. Indeed. But the truth may yet prove painful. Who knows what Shah still keeps from me? We'd better press on for now, and hope we're ready when the moment comes. But before that, there's one thing I need to see to. You'll see for yourself soon enough. Just leave it with me.
What's that mean? She trying to... What's that mean?
We aren't dear friends now, if that's what you're asking. But I trust we can all sleep a little more soundly in camp now.
She trying to mess things up with Wyll and me?
You have an interesting definition of friendly, but yes. Hard to fathom, really. All the way from... It'll make quite a bedtime tale for the children. If I survive to have any.
I can't believe it. I can't believe Aelin is here. And my father. I heard what happened. What he'd become. By killing him. You set him free. You set Aelin free. And me. Not on purpose. Or not with the intent to deceive. I've been trying to make sense of it all.
Oh, that'd be messed up if it was her.
Thorm was my father. He raised me to serve Selûne as my mother, rest her soul, had wished. He was everything to me, all my life. When an emissary of Selûne came to our little town, we were elated. Dame Aelin, daughter of the Moon Maiden herself. Tell me, do you believe in love at first sight?
How crushing would that be for Aelin if Isabel turned out to be the imposter?
That's exactly it. And I tell you, I took one look at her and I just knew she was it. Lucky for me, she felt the same way. But my father was skeptical. Aelin is immortal, after all. I understand it's strange. There's an imbalance between us, certainly. But I suppose loving Aelin felt the same as loving myself. It was natural. Then... And this is where I still need answers. I died. I'm not sure how or why.
Are you winning, son?
Black. Next I knew, I was being jolted awake.
Dwarf Avenger, hello.
I smelled musty air, I saw shadows. And then my father's face. So changed. So hideously warped. I didn't know that then, but I could see the change in him. He told me we'd be together now. Said that Aelin was dead. I couldn't speak. Could only run. I found last light within the shadows. Made a shelter there. Prayed my father wouldn't find me. By the time Jaheira came, I'd pieced together just enough to know I'd been dead 100 years. That my father was the source of the horrors plaguing this land. My home. I couldn't tell her who I was. I had to protect them. And myself. No matter what.
Well, we apparently have formed a relationship with Wyll. And there's an imposter in our ranks. That's where we're at now.
It's all out in the open now. And with my father dead, I have nothing to fear. Except for Aelin. She needs healing. Rest. I'm grateful for your help. Your friendship. I hope we won't intrude on your hospitality too long. But I'm grateful for a safe place to...
Definitely the kid.
Just to be.
Did we pet the dog yet? I don't think we did.
Hope you're keeping well.
Oh my god, how horrible would it be if the dog was the imposter? I wouldn't be able to take it. There was a cat around here, right? Surely the cat is the one who did it. Alright, I don't see the cat anywhere. Convenient.
When I first met you, saving yourself from Ceramorphosis was your greatest wish. And yet now, you've stepped closer to embracing it. I trust your leadership and respect your decisions, but I truly hope this is not something we come to regret. What would you like to know?
Don't take this the wrong way, but you're quite large for an elf.
I suppose you wouldn't be shocked to learn I love animals and nature? I know. Well-trodden territory. Well then, let's see. I whittle in my spare time, and I've something of a sweet tooth. Although everyone's very amused when I say I like honey. You're right. Sometimes I think people look at me and imagine my feelings can't be hurt. Ornaments, utensils, and ducks. I like ducks. Thank me by returning the favor, why don't you? Come on. I'm sure you've something better than carving wooden ducks.
I carve corpses. You don't want to you don't want to hear about that. I carve people and make corpses. Doesn't make for pleasant conversation.
Well, they are fierce creatures from what I understand. But as long as you avoid the high seas, I think you can consider yourself safe. I had a friend when I was young, long ago. He played with me in the forests where I grew up. But eventually, I realized no one else had heard of him. It was Daniel, of course. Nature was my very first friend. I get older, but he hasn't changed a day. I knew then that I had to be more than a companion to him. I had to be a protector.
Well, Jake, now is like the right time to stock up on things, right? This stuff is on sale. So, I mean, technically.
You're not a doppelganger, are you? Trying to study me to learn all my secrets so you can take my place? Save for me, my line perished a long time ago. They rest in high forest now, near the shade of the grandfather tree. The grove became my family, with Sylvanus as my teacher. And now I have you. It was a long time ago. The wounds don't heal, but they become more bearable.
Bearable? It's easy. Druid turns into bear.
I am?
I deserve that.
Trust me, it's been said. You show more restraint than most in avoiding the subject until now. Who's to say? Perhaps there's a half-orc buried somewhere in my ancestry. Or perhaps not. Sometimes I think conventional wisdom is too narrow about what someone can or cannot be. Stranger things have most certainly happened. Anytime. I have. He speaks to me during my nightly meditations. He is well. And Oliver also. At times they are one, and at others they divide. Easier for playing, perhaps. And the land thrives also. I doubt you would recognize it. Perhaps one day, you and I can both return and see it for ourselves. Only by reputation. She was present when we marched against Ketheric Thorm, but on the far end of the battle lines from where I fought. And in the chaos that ensued, well, our forces were scattered. I led some to safety, but never learned of her fate. I'm glad to hear she survived. Though in truth, I should not be surprised. She was always said to be formidable and cunning. I could have learned much from her, no doubt.
So Jake, talk to Egret. I'm sure she'll approve. But what if you just wear a robe until that point? Just a robe. That way you don't have to get any more new clothes. And then you buy new clothes whenever you hit that target.
No matter how long I live, I will always strive to remain a keen pupil. Only a fool would think he could drink in all knowledge until none is left. There is always more. Nature's tapestry is infinitely complex. I cannot help but wonder how she would have handled some of the challenges I faced as Archdruid. Would she have helped the refugees? Defended the Grove? Controlled Korga? At least now we can benefit from her presence, and perhaps work to a common goal. Given the circumstances, you're faring as well as can be expected, I suppose.
Well, Jake, up here, at least half the year people just go around in sweatpants and whatever. So, maybe a relocation is in order.
If Ghortash is to be believed, then even our camp isn't safe from Orin's influence. You might want to confirm the veracity of his claim, or at least clean up the mess.
I want to ask about number one, but I don't want to, like, pursue this relationship, which I feel like that would be where it goes, right?
She expects those who seek to use the weed to do so honestly. Respect for its potential to destroy, as well as
It's a
its potential
suede.
to save.
Gotta dash off to work. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the raid. You have a good day at work. Territory thing? That makes sense.
Oh, you know me, ever the optimist. I'm trying to focus on the positives. Truth is, I was living on borrowed time already. Consuming those items would only have kept the orb sated for so long. If anything, I feel more at peace than I have in months. At least now I know my death will have purpose. It won't be a distant bang in the footnotes of history.
Yeah, so he just got, like, sated at some point and no longer eats magic items, right? Because I was storing up a lot of magic items just for whenever he's feeling, like, nippy. Not the word I wanted to use, but you get what I'm saying.
Ah, yes. Karsus. Karsus was perhaps the most powerful wizard that ever lived. The child who would be a god, the elves called him. And he tried. With a spell of his own devising, he endeavored to usurp in one fell swoop the power of the goddess of magic. Mistril, she was called then. Imagine what it must have felt like to be a god. To know yourself, to be untouchable. To be mistaken. As Karsus aimed his spell at her, she began to unravel. And with her, the entire weave. Too late did he realize what he had unleashed. It would have been the end of everything had not Mistril sacrificed herself. The goddess of magic is all magic. By dying, the entire weave was lost, and the spell that challenged a god failed. It was the end of Mistril. The end of Karsus, and the end of an entire civilization. As the child who would be a god was turned to stone, his empire came crashing down around him. The floating cities of Netheril were no more. An event that came to be known as Karsus's folly. If it takes the death of a god to stop you, I'd say your ambition has gotten somewhat out of hand. Not that I'm one to talk, of course. Now, so many centuries later, I try to follow in the footsteps of Karsus. Not to destroy Mystra, but to prove my love for her. I tried to control only a fraction of the magic that was unleashed that fateful day. I merely sought to return one tiny diamond to an imperfect crown. Gale's folly, one might call it. History, repetition. It's the way things go.
I'm gonna save before I do number 1, just in case.
Please. There is little more to be said on the subject. The best thing you and I can do is march on towards whatever awaits us. The end may be close. Time to reap what we have sown.
I think we've talked to everybody.
Thou hast now a bosom companion. Take care that thou art not distracted on thy quest.
Got a bosom companion, y'all.
Seeking the comforts of the flesh.
All right, Wrinkles.
Recall that in time, all becomes dust and bone.
Cool. Oh, you're a party pooper, aren't you? Alright, I think I've talked to everybody, and much like Boxy said, there's nothing I can do to ferret out who might be the imposter at this point. Unless I spoiled it by attacking everybody. Which I assume at this point would work. Jake, you're building a menagerie over there.
Next, we identify all enemies within our wall.
Okay. Consider Ghortash's bargain. We gotta kill Orin. I mean, we're gonna kill Orin anyway, right? He's kind of super bloodlusty. We need to find the Temple of Baal. We need to go to El Song Tavern. Click, 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 click. Sorry, if I don't click these to clear the exclamation point, it will bug me. Look at all this progress. Look at all the things I've done in my... Please hold. My 103.1 hours thus far. So we also need to get to the docks
My purse is my most
and shut down these golems. Why is the door... Oh, I thought I said the door was burning. Must have moused over the candle real quick. Can't reach the passageway? Okay.
and dukes. We're not even pawns, just dust on the board. What happens next is out of our hands.
Disappears. We now gotta find the Duke. Again.
What did I tell you? A momentous occasion. I'm sure you agree.
I've had enough, Mizora. What do you want?
Your attention, little pup. Nothing more. And you'll be glad to give it. You see, Ghortash has had your father relocated. To the slaughter, the way I hear it.
Shit.
Your dad's good as dead, pup. And to think, there's no way to save him. Or is there?
You know something.
I know enough. I'll be in your camp if you want to work something out.
Man, we just left the camp. Why couldn't you?
Of course she'd stick her infernal nose where it doesn't belong. Of course she's dreamt up some risible scheme. By all the hounds of the hells, what is she planning? Mizora's always worth hearing out. That's what makes her so dangerous. We'll have answers soon enough. Mizora's gone to camp. We should speak with her. Until then, may my father keep safe, whatever coop he's been flown to.
I wonder it. I don't think it works out this way, but I wonder if, like, if you took so long that, like, during a long rest, you're sleeping, like the imposter kills you.
I'm just a cat. But please, talk to Yenna. Why are you so nosy? Yenna is my best friend. She's kind. Help her, not me. Nothing good, I don't think. She was so very sick. Maybe she made like a cat and went off to spend her last life. But please don't.
Yep, there she is.
Sorore surge, testis esto pacti me. Come, sisters, be my testament. Notum sit in beator.
Notum sit in beator.
Holy hells.
Please introduce me to your friends.
Fina, Cirrus, arbiters for the hells, exemplars of justice.
Enough, Mizora. Where is my father? How do I save him?
else. We bargain. Sisters.
Infernos contractos te vocamus. Infernos contractos te vocamus. Infernos contractos te vocamus.
Your contract, Wyll. Signed in blood, forged in fire, bound in bone, but not unbreakable. A life for a life. No contract is ended without sacrifice. The cost must be paid. Wyll Ravengard, a choice is before you. Option 1. I show you the way to your father. I guarantee him no harm except that from you and your allies. And you pledge your soul to me and the Archdevil Zariel in a pact eternal. Option 2. I break your pact and you are freed from your duty. Your father dies by his enemy's hand, and Baldur's Gate loses its greatest champion. Name your sacrifice.
Bloody Zariel. I won't let her take Wyll.
Silence, Karlach.
Mizora, you asshole!
Choose.
Dang. Oxville and Twitch says, I'm using a mod that lets me recruit Minthara without murdering the gross, as long as I knock her out instead of killing her. I mean, is she really worth that?
Addendum F. The Absolute must be avenged for the Soulbinder's detention at Moonrise. The Soulbearer retains his gifts until such time as the Absolute is slain.
Wow, Boxy. I mean, I guess this would be one way to get out of the relationship. Ew.
You damned wretch! Father. Do it. Break the pact.
Fiat Ita.
Fiat ita. Anima ad beator.
Didn't think you had it in you. Seems my boy's all grown up. And don't go fussing about your father. You made your choice. You knew the terms. You know what? I think I'll stick around. Not for the greater good, you understand. Just for the entertainment.
Did I mess up? Was that bad? I mean, it was like bad or bad, right?
Gods, I spent 7 years choked by Mizora's leash. And I spent 7 years hoping to break free. I never knew freedom could taste so bittersweet. I didn't. I don't. My sacrifice kept Baldur's Gate safe from Tiamat's rage. But that doesn't mean that the leash never chafed. That I was content to lap up whatever nonsense Mizora fed me. The leash has been broken and my father left for dead. Tomorrow I celebrate my gain.
Miso, hello.
But today,
How are you?
I mourn my loss.
A moment passes. In the stillness, you find a mote of tranquility.
The Raven Guard name now lives solely with me. I will make it count for something.
There was no good option there. Okay, so you're gonna judge me. I know that because you're Boxy Blue. You're a mod. Is that the choice you picked? Stop trying to raid. I'm not trying to raid. I'm trying to shout out. Man, that's Monday. Have to function like a human. Oh, you know, I'm obviously not caffeinated enough. Well, we have a boyfriend now. And this is our boyfriend. His name is Wyll. We might have condemned his father to death. Break him free from a pact with the devil. And there is an imposter in our ranks. Not what you picked? Okay. See, I didn't intend to go with Wyll. It just kind of happened because, you know, love happens, right? You will see. Funny story about Asterion. I left him, so I'm sure Boxy Blue has things to say about it. I would have gone with Karlach. Were my choice. I'm going to go with Karlach when I do Dark Urge. When I first encountered Asterion, I was like, okay, that looks like a trap. Oh, look, it's a trap. And then we find out that a vampire spawn, Boxy, whatever, a vampire spawn named Asterion jumps out and puts a blade to my throat. And I'm like, I don't want this guy in my camp. He tried to kill me. So I straight up left him right then and there. Like a few minutes into the game or whatever. I have no idea where he went. But I have an idea because we're eventually going to find Cazador's lair. You can't be actively evil during Dark Urge. You want to be the Karlach. If he tried to kill you, you would have died. Not true. Have you seen my dexterity modifier? He's lucky I didn't kill him. Or maybe not. Maybe he's dead. All I'm saying is that you don't put someone at your blade's edge and then expect them to go to sleep around you, trusting you're not going to kill them, trusting they're not going to kill you. I mean, we saw with Lae'zel and Shadowheart, right? Staring Karlach, that one evil bitch. Elzen and then Gale, and I guess Wyll. Yeah, I would have gone Karlach if I hadn't flirted with too many people. Given your actions, you deserve to be at knife point. I walked up and scrutinized a bush, Foxy. Will's an idiot for being with you, to be honest. Wow. Wow. I mean, just like always, just not my speed. Those sexy, they're all sexy. Will's a sweetheart. And I was going down the path of breaking his heart, and it was just so sad. And he sounds like Danny Pink from Doctor Who. Is good and pure, and you murdered a gnome on a whim and abandoned a stair. Listen, I didn't murder a gnome on a whim, okay? If you go back and check the VODs, you'll see that that gnome was a jerk. And also, I'm Lolthorn Drow. So I I mean, that was kind of following that vein. And I was like, alright, if this dude is, you know, he doesn't have to grovel. He needs to have some respect for the situation he's in. And he was all uppity. So I went around the windmill, pulled the lever, and sent him way uppity. Launched the Winome. Yeah, exactly, Miso. Same thing. I found the levers. I found him, and I found the levers. I talked to him. He was a dick. And I was like, alright. Now he's in the Space Force. Sarian has extra points with me because same voice actor as Heisenberg. Point. Fair point. Yeah, so I pretty sure I fucked Shadowheart. I had nudity turned off, so I think that's what happened. And then I did a hand dance with Wyll. And then Gale was like, look at the stars, look how they shine for you. So with all those things, apparently Karlach was like, you know what? I want to be touched, but not by you. Okay then. Go full nuts and banging when I stream because technically, not technically against TOS. Yeah, yeah. I could have kept nudity on. But I was playing Cyberpunk with nudity on, and there were just dongs everywhere as I was trying to have like serious conversations. So I turned it off. Start 16. What happens in Act 3 after finishing your storyline if you're in a good ship? Keep that game dong. Digital dong. When you were playing the first Outlast, yeah, yeah, them things are swinging. Them things be thangin', they say. I think that was Confucius. Have you beaten this yet, Miso? I'm clearly not. And, I'm just over 100 hours, I think I said.
I signed his life away before the Hell's Witnesses. It would be easier to drink the sticks down to the last drop than to alter his fate. I'd be a fool to wish otherwise. We obtain the final 2 nether stones and take back our minds. And the city from the brain.
I have no idea the proximity I am to beating the game. Yeah, 3 Sons and Twins. Yeah, so here's the thing. I found out that like Wyll and I were in a relationship as I was standing in front of them. And I was like, oh, he's not gonna like this. So I turned down their generous offer. Or transaction. I did not continue to make the transaction, I guess is more accurate. Yeah. You left Asterion at home. Asterion's at home doing the laundry and the dishes. You're out there banging twins. Enjoy your lurk, Pika Master. Gave up being your conscience because you did too many mental backflips to justify your evil deeds. Sir, I'm a rogue. Like, we always look for loopholes. That's where his flying ass belongs. You think I'm playing a paladin? No.
Soldier, my engine. It hurts. I think this might be it. Soon. Things burning hotter than I knew it could.
She needs some antacids.
But look, we've just about made it to the city. That'll do me. Let's go protect it. Whatever happens after that is between me and the so-called gods.
Oath of Vengeance can be really bad for parties if your chosen target is on the party list. What does that mean? You gotta do them a murder?
Bit sweaty, but up for whatever's next. Ugh. Thanks, soldier. Can't wait to be home. Anything that comes after that is extra.
Oh my god, I can't remember the last time I hit auto select and it actually just stopped at 40.
How did you? Oh, it's you. I must have let my mind wander. Enough for you to wander in. Forgive me. I am drained. Ever since you killed Ketheric and took his Netherstone, the Chosen's control of the brain has been brittle. Its rebellion against Orin and Ghortash has been fierce, even as it executes their final orders. Once those orders are complete, there is a good chance it will break free.
You feel the Emperor's fear as if it were your own. An elder brain enslaved is one thing. An elder brain unleashed will be the end of everything.
Beautiful, isn't it? The mighty Prince Orpheus, contained in submissive slumber. Come. You may as well sit a while, now that you are here. Your company isn't unwelcome.
Yeah, so Boxy, it sounds like it's still there. We just stopped saying alignment.
Trying to guard us. The brain is restless, but I am distracted, and my lack of focus is endangering us. I'm haunted by memories. They are relentless. I can think of nothing. No one else. Duke Stelmane, or Belin, as I knew her. I wasn't ready for her death. You thought you were my first ally. Far from it. I have long sought the allyship of others. It is the only way to succeed. Though my relationship with Belin was different from my relationship with you. In a way, but not the way you're thinking of. In life, she was my business partner, back when we ran the Knights of the Shield. A difficult task for a mind flayer. Duke Stelmane trusted me, and the city trusted her. I conceived the plot, but Belin took center stage. It was she who met with the merchants, politicians, and patriarchs. It was she who negotiated deals and signed off on agreements. Her rooms played host to the most important conversations in the city. Together, we brought order to chaos. At its height, everything that happened in that city went through the shield. Through us. I could not have done any of it without her. Just as I cannot do any of this without you. But now, she is gone. I appreciate your understanding. What I feel is deeper than superficial cures can reach, and not entirely unwelcome. Most people think that mind flayers are soulless husks who feel nothing. I am glad you are not most people. brain is rebelling again. I need to focus. And so do you.
Alright, who wants to talk?
Be honest. What do you think of the new look? I'm glad. Though, I don't think I'm quite done with the past yet. Not until I've been to Baldur's Gate.
Okay. Leave.
Hell, not this again. The brain is resisting its orders. Without all three stones to control it, it will soon start acting on its own will.
Oh, hi, Mind Flayer? Brain-starved Mind Flayer? Which seems like you should be aggressive?
Very well.
Before you lies the unconscious body of a Mind Flayer, glistening and raw.
A newborn. Unattended. How fortunate. Oh, but it is. This one has only just transformed. It is weak. Vulnerable.
That's a common
Its potential
thought, Apex.
Go on. Kill it. Absorb its power. Just like you did before.
I don't think there's any good that can come from waking this thing up. Let's see what happens.
Come no closer, you. You. What are you? What am I sensing? You are like me. Like I was. A vessel yet to transform. Help me. I am so hungry.
I don't have any spare brains, I don't think.
We are new to our collective. My birth was difficult. The vessel fought hard. It left me weak. We need to feed. We need a brain fresh and frantic to restore our strength.
Okay. It seems like this is going to be more trouble than it's worth. Just leaving a free Mind Flayer in the windmill. Pretty sure combat's the only real option at the end of everything.
You are correct. I am ready.
Watch me go back into town and like it's just eating everybody. Alright. What fresh hell has this wrought?
What? No, I've had so little time.
Down the hatch.
What now?
The creature was born recently. Its mind is still fresh. You can absorb its potential if you consume it.
Ring of Truthfulness? Cool. Alright. Drusel, Alien, your time has come. Absolute calls to all faithful, and you have been faithful indeed. Leave your barracks, leave your armor, leave all insignia of rank behind. You're part of the Flaming Fist no longer. You have been full, but soon you'll be so much more. Great. Then do I eat the Mind Flayer brain? Get the parasite? Apparently so. Boy, I hope no one else had a problem with me eating a brain right in front of them. I mean, we all been hanging out so far. Surely they know what to expect at this point.